None of the current internet controversies really interest me that much right at the moment, so I thought I'd talk about a show that I sometimes like to watch. Of course, I like to smoke me a lot before I watch it. Supernatural. I got started watching this when I went to this convention with my sister. It was like a supernatural Buffy the Vampire Slayer convention. This was when it was in its third season. She got me hooked on it. So, the thing, Supernatural, if you haven't seen it, you may as well not watch this video. It is the story of two brothers, Sam and Dean Winchester, who, following in their father's footsteps, hunt and kill supernatural things. It's sort of implied in the title. Now, their father started hunting supernatural things with the death of their mother. You know, he walks into Sam's nursery and sees her pinned to the ceiling, bleeding, and then she catches on fire. Clearly supernatural. So he goes and hunts supernatural shit, and Sam and Dean, they don't have a great childhood. I mean, I wouldn't give this guy a Father of the Year award. I mean, personally, I think he would have been better off to get over that whole shit and, maybe try to not live the life of a drifter. But never mind. So the story starts with their father. They're in their early 20s. Their father goes missing. They gotta find him. And their father, by the way, is like hunting, still, after all this time, hunting whoever killed their mother. I mean, however much you love somebody, you really gotta get over that shit, like, a lot quicker, just for your own well-being. Anyway, Supernatural, it's a funny show because of how it works. Like, there's these two guys that go around killing supernatural things. It's a pretty manly job, but they're always talking about their feelings. They're like sitting in that car discussing their feelings. They discuss their feelings more than like every single woman I've ever met in my entire life combined. And there's always a role reversal. Like once every season, sometimes a couple times in the same season, it's like, Sam, I'm just worried about you. You're like getting really hardcore. Like you're like totally off the reservation. And then like the next season, Dean, man, like, what's wrong with you? It's like, you don't even care anymore. You know, every season. Like women, only more so. And, like, in the first season, something they discover for the very first time, and it's totally unprecedented in one season. Give it one or more seasons, and then it's well known, it's always been known, and everybody knows it. Like, they first discovered demons in the first season, like sabotaging airplanes, and like this demon named Meg. And then, now I forget what season it's on now, so I'm like, oh, demons are a fact of life. Demons, it's just like a thing. Like 9 out of 10 people are demons. It's what? And like on those first ones, when they encountered a demon, they had like this debate, like they had a magic gun that killed demons, and they're like, we can't just shoot that person. That's a human being with thoughts and feelings. We can't possibly just kill them because they're not responsible for the demon that's possessing them. And now, in like the last 3 or 4 seasons, they have a magic knife that kills demons, and now they're just like, don't care at all. Like, no discussion about the human being with their thoughts and feelings or anything. It's like, you know what? Fuck them. Fuck them. Tell you, sorry. Maybe I should pause this video in a few places to collect my thoughts. But also, it's funny, Sam and Dean have been to heaven, hell, purgatory, because, their father, they get in a car crash, they finally find their father, oh, everything's happy, they get hit by a fucking truck driven by a demon, and then Dean's in a coma. So then their father summons up the demon that killed their mother to make a deal with them. Yeah, could have summoned up any demon, but no, he gets old Yellow Eyes, that demon. So he goes and makes a deal with him, and the normal deal is you get 10 years, and then you get your soul dragged to hell. But the Yellow Eyed demon's like, well, for most people it's 10 years, but for you, how about 0 years? Fuck you. You're John Winchester. You have caused me a lot of trouble. And John Winchester's a terrible negotiator, because I'd be like, whoa, hello, I'm John fucking Winchester. My soul is a hot commodity down in hell. If anything, I should be able to bargain for more than 10 years. Did he even try? No, he didn't. I would love to sell that man a car. So, and by the way, what a horrible deal. Like, eternity in hell just so your son doesn't die, so he can go back to his job of hunting deadly things that will very likely kill him in a short number of years anyway. I mean, there's not like a great retirement plan for being a hunter. The retirement plan is basically get dismembered by some crazy supernatural shit. And then later, Dean makes a deal to bring his brother Sam back to life. And this time, the demon's a little more generous. Different demon. And he's like, well, we give most people 10 years, but I'm going to give you 1 year. So they have a whole season where they're trying to get out of this deal where Dean's going to get sucked down to hell. And they fail, so Dean gets ripped apart, and the next season starts with him in hell. And then somehow, magically, he's no longer in hell, and they're like, well, that was certainly crazy. And, Sam's all trying to kill him because he's like, when people come back from the dead, it's usually bad. So they find out what that's from. An angel comes, and, he's just like walking in, acting all, invincible. So they stab him with the demon knife, and he's like, oh, that doesn't really hurt. And he explains that he's an angel. And their reaction to this is so funny. They're like, oh, an angel, that's preposterous. The hell you say, motherfucker, an angel. Look at this crazy motherfucker talking about angels like that's a real thing. Even though they spend most of their days like killing ghosts and demons and shapeshifters, sometimes a werewolf, occasionally a vampire, but no angels, now you're just talking fucking crazy. But their point of view is actually kind of understandable, because here's the thing. Anything supernatural is always bad. Always. So the angel thing actually makes a lot more sense when you learn later that angels are assholes. Like, okay, it's more like 90% of them are raging murderous assholes, and 10% of them are useless douchebags. Like, don't go to angels to solve your problems. They're just fucking worthless in every way. More trouble than they're worth. They'll make you do shit. You don't want to deal with them, right? So, like, now they've got, like, all of the demons and, like, the devil himself fighting them. And then the angels, they don't like those guys either. Like, they have a lot of enemies. Like, they don't even have any friends. All their friends get killed, like, around season 4 or 5. So, their life kind of sucks. And, okay, so let's see. Let's keep counting. Sam went to hell. Dean went to hell. Alright? And then, it turns out that Sam is the vessel for the devil, so they spend a whole season like where he's trying to avoid the devil because the devil's going to try to possess him. But he has to say yes. That's the thing. Demon's like, may I use your body? And he's like, he has to say yes, but the demon the devil can like torture him endlessly, so it's not really fair. The whole system is pretty flawed. Oh, and during the time that Dean was in hell, Sam was hanging out with the demon. Now, Sam had his premonition powers from drinking the demon blood as a child, but now it turns out that if he drinks demon blood, it gives him these superpowers that allow him to, hurt, control, and kill demons. He can also just sort of like drive them out of the body they're possessing and cause them to die, just with the power of his mind. Okay? It also turns out that demon blood is highly addictive. Even though really it's just human blood from a human possessed by a demon, it seems like just drinking all that human blood would be bad for you in some way. But never mind all that. So anyway, whenever Dean gets back from hell, they have like all this fucking drama about like, oh, you're drinking demon blood? That's just totally unfucking acceptable. And, but the thing is, if he drinks the demon blood, he has the power to, like, drive the demon out of a human, and then that person can go on with their life, like, totally unharmed in every way. They're like, oh, hey, no longer possessed. La-di-da, I'm so happy. As opposed to what they normally do with demons, jam them with a fucking magic knife, killing them. I mean, where's your moral compass? What, because drinking blood is icky or something? Show me where it says that drinking demon blood is immoral. But more to the point, if you have an occupation that regularly brings you into contact with demons, all of which are hideously strong, all of which are very difficult to kill unless you have like a magical knife or gun, many of which have psychokinesis and teleportation and shit like that, Are you not a motherfucking retard to not drink the demon blood that gives you an advantage over these unbelievable supernatural beings that could so easily fucking kill you if they weren't so goddamn stupid and bad at planning? I mean, it's mind-boggling. Like, I can't think of a single reason not to drink demon blood in these circumstances. It's amazing those motherfuckers survive. Oh, wait, no, I guess it's a TV show. I forget that sometimes.